It was a muggy July night in 2011 when Ahdi Boom, then known as David Green, and three other men, Stanley Williams, Brian Kent, and mastermind Edwin Sanchez, put their plan into motion. They believed the house on a quiet residential street in Cumberland County, New Jersey, held a stash of drugs and cash ripe for the taking. Boom and Williams crept through the darkness and entered the home, ski masks obscuring their faces, while Kent waited behind the wheel of the getaway car. Inside, a mother awoke to strange noises and went to investigate, only to be confronted by the intruders trying to force their way into her son's room. Hearing the commotion, the son opened his door and found himself face to face with Boom. Gripping a gun and disguising his voice with a Jamaican accent, Boom demanded money. Meanwhile, Williams grappled with the mother, striking her in the head hard enough to leave a serious contusion. The son, fueled by desperation and adrenaline, lunged at Boom and fought for control of the weapon. In the chaos, a shot rang out. The son recoiled, giving Boom and Williams the opening they needed to grab what they came for, marijuana and a fistful of cash, and flee into the night. But their escape was short-lived. All four men were soon apprehended by law enforcement. Boom, just 19 years old, found himself facing the full weight of the criminal justice system. Kent and Boom, who cooperated with investigators, received 5-year sentences. Williams got 13 years. Sanchez, the plot's architect who wasn't even present for the crime, was hit with a 17-year term. As Boom sat in the back of the police car, the gravity of his actions began to sink in. The adrenaline that had coursed through his veins just moments ago was quickly replaced by a growing sense of dread. In the harsh glare of the police lights, the weight of the charges he faced hung heavy in the air. The years of his life that would be swallowed by prison cells and courtroom battles stretched out before him. But for Boom, the true cost of that night's misdeeds were yet to be fully realized. Chapter 2, Tangled Webs. Boom, after a year in county jail awaiting trial, was released on bail. That's when his improbable rise in the world of battle rap began. Inspired by the classic Sue Surf vs. K-Shine URL battle that dropped while he was locked up, Boom dove headfirst into his new passion. He quickly ascended the ranks, going from his first battle with Bloody Knuckles to being booked on URL's main stage against Steams within a few short years. But the whole time, the specter of his past loomed over him. After an impressive 4-year run that took him to the brink of stardom, frequently mentioned alongside names like Sue Surf and Tay Rock as a future legend in the making, Boom's sentencing day arrived. The judge handed down 5 years in state prison. Just like that, his career was on indefinite hold. Chapter 3, Echoes of Betrayal. As the world grappled with the uncertainty and isolation of the COVID-19 pandemic, Ahdi Boom prepared for his triumphant return to the Battle Rap stage. The setting was Rare Breed Entertainment, RBE, the very league that had held him down during his incarceration. In Atlanta, Georgia on February 29, 2020, at the Music Room, with the cameras rolling and a socially distanced crowd in attendance, Boom stood across from his opponent, battle rap veteran Bigg K. In a move that would prove prophetic, Bigg K elected to kick things off. He reached into his bag and pulled out a U.S. Postal Service envelope. The crowd whispered in anticipation, sensing something big was about to go down. 9 days before the battle, Bigg K had received an unexpected message. A stranger, their profile private and unfamiliar, had sent him a DM containing nothing but a few sheets of paper. K, intrigued but skeptical, had the documents verified. To his shock, they appeared to be legitimate court records, detailing Ahdi Boom's involvement in a robbery case from nearly a decade prior. Before y'all say I made this up or claim it's just an imitation, realize that court records in this nation are all public information, K declared, his voice dripping with disdain. You can find this on westlaw.com and justia.com. Type in David Green, 2011, Millville, New Jersey. With that, K began distributing sheets of paper to the audience. Now, for those in attendance, as I proceed to rap round, I want everybody to have a copy, so take one and pass it down. The room fell silent as everyone studied the documents they had just been handed. K continued, reading from the paperwork. Kent and Green both provided statements to investigators. Green said that he used a fake Jamaican accent during the robbery to disguise his identity. He also said the defendant fired the gun in the house. The revelation sent shockwaves through the building. Not only was Bigg K accusing his opponent of snitching in the middle of a battle, but he was also exposing the disturbing origin of Boom's signature style. The Jamaican accent that had become a staple of Boom's battle rap persona, a quirk that set him apart and made him memorable, was apparently rooted in a real-life crime, one that he had allegedly snitched on. To many, the irony was sickening. Boom had built a career on the authenticity of his street tales and his unique delivery, only to have it all unravel in the most public way possible. His gimmick, once a selling point, now felt like a twisted mockery of the very streets he claimed to represent. The revelation sent shockwaves through the building. Here was Bigg K in the middle of a battle, not just accusing his opponent of snitching, but providing receipts. The term Snitchboy began echoing through the crowd, a moniker that would haunt Boom long after the battle ended. Boom, for his part, did his best to weather the storm. He dismissed the paperwork as fabricated, claiming K had simply typed it up on Microsoft Word. But the damage was done. Every bar Boom spit, every attempt to reinforce his street credibility rang hollow in the face of the evidence K had presented in the first round of the battle. As the battle wore on, K continued to hammer home the angle, each Snitchboy reference eliciting a stronger reaction from the audience. "You looking like you want to fight, Snitchboy, but you couldn't even fight your case," K taunted, twisting the knife. Ahdi Boom found himself fighting for his reputation, his career, and his very identity. This was supposed to be his comeback, his chance to reclaim his spot at the top of the battle rap hierarchy. Instead, he was being systematically dismantled, his past laid bare for all to see and judge. The irony was inescapable. Here was a man who had built his name on the authenticity of his street tales, now being exposed as someone who had allegedly betrayed the very code he claimed to live by. The battleground had shifted from wordplay and delivery to paperwork and public records. Chapter 4, The Eye of the Storm. In the aftermath of the Bigg K battle, Ahdi Boom found himself in uncharted territory. The accusations of snitching, backed up by the paperwork K had presented, spread like wildfire through the battle rap community. Suddenly, the rising star was a pariah, his name synonymous with the ultimate sin in the streets. Just a week after the battle on March 1st, 2022, Boom sat down for his first interview since the fateful night. Still processing the events, he struggled to articulate his thoughts. Boom attempted to mount a defense, promising to produce evidence that would clear his name. He took to social media, granting interviews to anyone who would listen, swearing on everything holy that he never snitched. But as the weeks turned into months and no exonerating documents materialized, the doubts only grew louder. In a follow-up interview on May 7, 2020, Boom revealed that he had been home for 177 days. He spoke about the challenges of rebuilding his life and career in the face of the snitching allegations. Slowly but surely, the opportunities began to dry up. League owners, once eager to book the charismatic young gun, now balked at the idea of putting him on their stages. Even DNA, known for his willingness to take on all comers, drew the line at battling Ahdi Boom in the wake of the snitching allegations. In a candid interview, DNA explained his choice to cancel their planned battle, citing his desire to protect his brand and steer clear of the controversy engulfing his would-be opponent. For Boom, it was a bitter pill to swallow. He had clawed his way up from the streets of South Jersey to the biggest stages in battle rap, only to watch it all crumble away in the blink of an eye. The same talent and drive that had propelled his rise now seemed insufficient in the face of the snitching allegations. As his once bright future dimmed, Boom was forced to confront the harsh realities of his past. The choices he had made as a teenager, the desperate gambles and moral compromises, had come back to haunt him in the most public and damaging way possible. Chapter 5. Legacy in Ashes. In the end, the story of Ahdi Boom is one without a neat resolution. Despite his best efforts, he was never able to fully shake the snitch label or regain his standing in the battle rap community. The promise of his early career remains one of the great what-ifs in the history of the sport. Boom's story is a reminder that the decisions we make in our most desperate moments can have consequences that echo for a lifetime.
On a muggy July night in Jersey's heat, 4 men set a plan in motion on Cumberland Street. Ahdi Boom and Williams, masters hiding their face, can't stay behind the wheel, ready to make their escape. They thought the house held drugs and cash, a treasure to be taken, but little did they know their lives would be forever shaken. Mother woke to strange sounds, investigating the noise, confronted by intruders trying to reach her boy. Her boy face, boom. Who had a gun with a Jamaican voice, asking where the money, boom. Pistol whipped her more than once. The son jumped at Boom's accomplice. They fought for his gun. A shot left off and Boom decided to run. Boom cooperated and pointed out his friends. And 5 years later he was back home again. The homie got 13, the other homie got 17. Boom got a sandwich and told them people everything.
Hey, it's the Algorithm Institute where the stories are told. From the battle rap culture, speaking facts that we know. It's the Algorithm Institute. Go like and subscribe if you digging the content that we provide. If you listen to us, you ain't hearing no lies. We better than the mother bloggers all combined. It's the Algorithm Institute of battle rap.
Tap in and subscribe so we can keep cooking.
It's the Algorithm Institute of battle rap.
Each subscription is a vote for more quality content, more epic stories, and a stronger community.
We reply to every comment.